Hi everyone, welcome back to my Lawn Bowls for Fun channel. Happy New Year. Yes, it's 2020 and the indoor bowl season at Rushmore Indoor Bowling Club, the same with any bowling club in the country, has started the second half of its season. We started last week, the league game started on Monday and will continue right the way through till about mid-April. Now today's video is only a very short one and I just wanted to show you what a roll-up is, because I was up here the other day on last Wednesday and we had a roll-up here and I just took a few shots of the session and I'll explain to you what a roll-up's all about, because I know a friend of mine that's not a bowler. When I told him I was going for a roll-up, he wondered what I was talking about. I don't know whether I thought it was on cannabis or something, but anyway, I'll explain what a roll-up's all about. I'll talk over the recording that I did and explains all. The other thing is at the end of that there's a little session on, I had an end with some practice with some friends, and there were three of us, myself, Jim and Michael, and this is a good example of what not to do if in a game your opposition gets a bowl quite near the jack. And it was just quite a little amusing thing to watch, so I hope you enjoy that as well. So let's see how we get on with the roll-up. Okay, so here we are. This is the first roll-up we've had of the new year. We have a roll-up, in fact, every Wednesday morning and every Wednesday afternoon. The Wednesday morning runs from 10 till 12 and the afternoon runs from 2 until 4. And the idea of a roll-up is for bowlers that either are not getting enough games in the league or they just want to come and have an extra game anyway, can come along and have a game with other people. They don't have to book it. They just turn up about 15 minutes before the game is due to start. They pay a green fee to the green steward. He tells you what rink to go on, and then you play with other people. Some of them you know, some of them you may not know. Sometimes people come along in groups and like to play together, and we don't mind that. We encourage it if that's what they want to do. It's really just a friendly practice game. We normally play triples, so everybody's got 3 bowls each, and usually after about 5 ends we change positions. The reason we do this is because a lot of players play, if for example they play lead all the time in the leagues, they don't ever get the experience of playing 2 or skip. So we encourage the teams to swap over positions. So throughout the 2-hour session you should get to play about a third of the game in each of the 3 positions of lead, 2 and skip. And it's a really nice session. It's a very friendly atmosphere. Obviously everyone's out to win the game, but it's friendly as well, so it's competitive but friendly. And as you can see here today, we've got a full house. We've got all the rinks being used. Well, in fact, we've got 5 rinks being used. The other rink, in a minute, that's what I'm going to show you. 3 of us had a little practice together. But you can see that at the moment, and there's 2 of my friends waving to me, both play for me in my teams, Pat and Elaine. They're enjoying themselves down on rink 2. It's just a lovely way to spend a morning or an afternoon, and I think that everybody that comes here goes away having had a very enjoyable game, a bit of exercise, a little bit of friendly banter goes on. It's a really nice atmosphere. In fact, the Wednesday mornings especially have really taken off here now. We're getting usually sort of 30 plus people come along and have this roll up. And in the afternoon sessions we're getting sort of mid-20s. So it's become very popular. So that's what a roll-up is. It's just a bit of practice. You don't have to book it. You just turn up, you pay your green fee, you play with different people usually each week, although you can play with friends if you wish. And it's just a thoroughly enjoyable game. So there we are. I hope that explains what a roll-up's all about. You have to be a member of Rushmore Indoor Bowling Club, incidentally, to play. And the new people, once they've had their coaching, will be encouraged to join the club and get involved as much as they can before they start playing the leagues. Right, okay, so now we're going to move on to the next part of this session. Was when I had a little practice with two friends, Jim and Mike, and in a minute I'm just going to show you that. There we are. You set the rink up and you can see me walking back, and here comes Jim's first bowl. Now Jim is a very good player, and he's a very good draw player, probably better than me. And look at that, that's not a bad bowl for your first bowl, is it really? Not far off the jack, about 12 inches away from the jack. So it's now my turn. I've got to try and beat that. So let's see what I can do with this first bowl of mine. Whenever I have a little game against Jim, I play him in the leagues as well, and whenever we play him, we know it's going to be a tough game because he's such a good bowler. But here comes my first bowl. I'm quite happy with this. There you go. Pick it up nicely. I wish I could do that more often. So the pressure's already on. I'm already holding one shot. We're just all playing against each other in this little game. There's three of us playing, and the nearest one to the jack scores how many points they get, nearer than the other bowls. This is Mike's first bowl. As you can see, he's a little bit narrow. The weight's pretty good, but he just didn't quite take the green there. So Jim decides, because it's just a roll up, he wouldn't normally do this, he's going to have a go at knocking my bowl out. But what does he do? He knocks his own out instead. Yeah, very good, Jim. I would say that in a game I don't think he would have done that, but he just decided he'd try and remove my bowl because it was just a bit too close to that jack. But all he's done now is he's moved his own out, and of course I've now sent my second bowl down thinking, right, well, I'll try and build on this. So here comes my second bowl. The weight's good. It's a little bit to the right, or my right if I'm down the other end of the green. So now it's Mike to have a go. He was level with the jack last time, but this time he's put a bit more weight on, and he's just a touch too wide, so he's gone through and he's actually gone into the ditch with that. So now what is Jim going to do? He should try and draw here because he's two down already, but no, Jim's decided to have another go, and he's narrow. So what am I going to do? Yep, well, you've guessed it. Just draw another one in. Put the pressure on. There we go, see if I can do it. Right, there we are, holding three now. So, what are they going to do now? It's Mike's turn. See how near he gets this time. No, I think he's narrowed it again. And in fact, he hasn't sent it. I think he did try and draw then, but after his last bowl, which was heavy, he took too much weight off and he was narrow again. So I'm still holding three. So is Jim going to try and draw to save? No, he's not. He's having another go at it. Not like him, you know, in a normal game he would have tried to have drawn that. But because he wants to practice his running shots, he decided to try and get in there and do damage. But there's lots of gaps there, as you can see, to go through. So it was got to be pretty accurate to do that. There we go. I'm drawing now a fourth bowl. So suddenly I'm holding four shots. The problem there is I have made the target a bit bigger. But of course, they're now panicking. I'm holding four shots, so Jim has told Mike, no, just draw. Don't try and fire, just draw this time. And in fact, he does a pretty good job. Slightly narrow again, but he does cut it down to three. So there we go. A good result for me, just because they were trying to fire me off, which is not the best thing to do, really. You need something in there. So I was quite happy with that. So the moral of the story is that you just got to get something in the head before you start firing. If you got one in the head, it's a bit risky to fire because you end up knocking your own one out. If you've got two, you can try it, but really it's just a drawing game. So draw, 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 that's what it's all about, and fire if you're getting desperate. So there we go. I hope you enjoyed that. Just a little bit of a knowledge about what a roll-up's all about, and some information about what not to do if you're in that situation where your opposition gets a bowl near the jack. I hope you've learned something from that. So see you again soon.